Zimbabwe's political parties and presidential candidates contesting next month's elections are expected to sign a peace pledge committing to peaceful conduct before, during and after the elections. The peace pledge is the brainchild of the National Peace and Reconciliation Commission. This comes at the time when the security cluster in Zimbabwe is still investigating an explosion that left 2 people dead and scores injured in Bulawayo on the weekend. For the latest on the story, we are now joined by our correspondent in Zimbabwe, Ephert Musekiwa. Ephert, thank you so much for joining us on the Globe. Now, we hear reports that so far the death toll from the Zimbabwe presidential rally blast has claimed 2 lives. How true are these reports?
Good evening, Lulu. It is indeed true that Monday afternoon we received confirmation that initially in the afternoon it was one person, confirmation of 1 death, but later on as the day progressed, we got confirmation that another person who was injured in the blast also succumbed to the injuries, bringing the total death toll to 2. We understand that one of them is indeed Vice President Chiwenga's personal bodyguard or presidential bodyguard, whose mandate was to protect the Vice President. He succumbed to the injuries he sustained during the blast. Lulu?
Now, do we know how investigations are unfolding?
The only update we got from the police was yesterday afternoon. And in that update, they just gave us the number of the injured people, and they told us that investigations were underway, and they had nothing more really to give except to say that they will be offering a substantial reward to anyone who can come up or who can come forward with information leading to the arrest of the perpetrators. Right now, the police haven't given any further update from them, so we do not know where and how far the investigations have gone up to this time.
Ephert, tomorrow the different presidential candidates contesting for elections at the end of July, which is next month, are to sign a peace pledge, which is the brainchild of the National Peace and Reconciliation Commission. What's the status in terms of that? Are they all in agreement with regards to ensuring peaceful, successful elections in Zimbabwe?
What we know is that, yes, the National Peace and Reconciliation Commission had already penciled this event way before the blast that happened in Bulawayo over the weekend. We also understand that President Emmerson Mnangagwa has on many occasions indicated that we wanted to meet all the political leaders, all the political parties that were contesting in the election, and he was waiting for the nomination court to indicate exactly how many parties will be represented so that they can all together pledge a peaceful campaign period. What we got today was that the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission actually gave an update of where things stand, where they told us that the total number of candidates that were nominated for the presidential race are 23, and that there are 1,652 candidates for the parliament, which has 210 seats. There are 55 political parties that actually were successfully fielded candidates, and about 247 independent candidates who are also contesting in this election. So that means tomorrow there might be a lot of people during this signing ceremony, and most of the prominent opposition parties since Saturday have been giving their solidarity messages. They've been sending press releases condemning the blast. So I think almost everyone is agreed that this is not the way that the politics in Zimbabwe should should happen.
Now, we've seen opposition leader Chamisa come out and say that SADC and the AU must come together with regards to ensuring that there is peaceful elections to take place in Zimbabwe. What's the take and the reaction of the other opposition parties in terms of their stance going forward? Together with ZANU-PF, are they in agreement that they need external assistance in ensuring that elections run smoothly?
Well, I can say that it's been a long-standing call by the opposition that they've always wanted SADC and the AU to be mostly to be, the observers to be stationed in Zimbabwe way before, at least 3 months before the election. And their calls, they keep on making the same calls, and they just took this and said this is another reason why they've always wanted, AU to be present in Zimbabwe during such a crucial time. Regards to ZANU-PF, they haven't really said much, except yesterday, Sunday afternoon, we attended the rally that was addressed by the Vice President, Constantino Chiwenga, who said if any member of the opposition who is contesting, or if any of the presidential candidates who's contesting in this election feel that their security is threatened, the government will step in, or they are considering government to step in and provide security or beef up their security from the government side to give security to anyone contesting in the presidential election.
Now, Ephert, just very quickly in wrapping up, Ethiopia has requested the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigations, the FBI, to assist with investigations after experiencing a similar attack. Has Zimbabwe sought any assistance from other countries?
I cannot confirm that because there's not been any official request that has been communicated to the media. But the only last communication we got was the one that I'm speaking about, where Vice President Chiwenga actually assured candidates that they can provide, internal security. So there hasn't been any request that has been made public, if any, that has been done for extra security.
Ephert, thank you so much for joining us. We'll leave it there for now. That was our correspondent in Zimbabwe, Ephert Musekiwa, joining